So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to a new look Two Fellas pub quiz. I'm Marcus. Probably some of you know me. I know some of you know me. Some of you maybe have heard me, seen me in the chat over the last few weeks. Others will have no idea who I am. But I live here in Berlin. So the quiz has got a new look, as you can see. It's also got a slightly different structure, which I'll tell you about in a second. But the answer form situation is the same as it always has been. Although I think tonight we probably have some new teams in, so I'll explain that just a bit more detail. In the video description, you'll see links to some answer forms, like Google Forms. So for the different rounds, you'll need to open up the new form and put your answers in there and submit it. And that comes to us. So, we're used to... hi, Peter. We're used to Simon's structure of the 4 rounds of questions. I've jigged that up a little bit. The first round is the same, just a general knowledge round of 10 questions. The next 2 rounds are smaller. They're 5 questions each. And you'll have one answer form for both of those rounds. It should say in the description rounds 2 and 3. Round 4 is a music round, also 10 questions, and then rounds 5 and 6 are also smaller rounds with 5 questions. So I'm not sure if Mike is knocking around. I don't know, maybe he'll come in the chat, maybe not, who knows. He's somewhere in deepest, darkest Brandenburg this evening. So it could be that the scoring takes a bit longer because I might have to do it myself. But don't worry, because I've got an exciting little task for you to do while I'm spending time trying to figure out how to score all these answers. So you all know and love the Two Fellas. You can support the pub by ordering beer and food from them on the website or via telephone, or you can donate to the PayPal. The link is there. And if you have any questions throughout the quiz, just feel free to smash them in the comments. So, herzlich willkommen auch an unsere deutschsprachigen Zuschauer. Ich bin Markus, der neue Quizmeister für die nächsten paar Wochen. Und auf Wunsch von ein paar Teilnehmer wird das Quiz auch auf Deutsch übersetzt. Ich werde die Fragen auf Deutsch stellen, auf Deutsch und Englisch. Und ihr könnt gerne auch auf Deutsch oder Englisch antworten. Wie ich bereits gesagt habe, ist alles prinzipiell gleich geblieben, was das Eingeben eurer Antworten betrifft. Es gibt unten in der Beschreibung einige Links zu verschiedenen Google Forms. Allerdings ist die Struktur des Quizzes ein bisschen anders. Wir haben die erste Runde besteht aus 10 Fragen. Die zweite und dritte Runde bestehen aus jeweils 5 Fragen und dafür gibt es nur einen Antwortbogen, so Antwortformular. Das seht ihr auch in der Beschreibung. Die vierte Runde ist eine Musikrunde, die auch aus 10 Fragen besteht, und die 5. und 6. Runden haben jeweils 5 Fragen und auch nur ein Antwortformular. Da ich nicht sicher bin, ob Mike heute Abend da sein wird, der ist irgendwo in Brandenburg, könnte das Scoren etwas länger dauern, aber ich habe eine spannende Aufgabe für euch und ich komme gleich dazu. So, before we get started, I will just wait a couple of minutes to see if anyone else joins, and I'll tell you about the bonus task that you've got for this quiz. So, while the quiz is going on, especially during the scoring, if there's a break, I would like you to recreate a famous work of art and take a picture of it. You can use anything around your flat. You can use yourselves, your pets, your kids, or whatever objects you have lying around. And I want you to take a picture of it and upload it to the bonus form, which is also in the description. You have to sign into Google in order to upload it. I'm assuming that most of you will be signed into Google anyway, but that's why it's in a separate form. And at the end of the quiz, if all goes well, I'll show a few of the best ones and give the best one a bonus point. Okay, so I'll just explain that in German. Diese Woche gibt es eine Bonusaufgabe. Und zwar während des Quizzes sollt ihr ein berühmtes Kunstwerk nachbilden, fotografieren und hochladen. Und dann am Ende des Quizzes erhält der beste Werk einen Bonuspunkt und ich werde auch einige präsentieren, damit wir sie alle schön genießen können, was ihr kreiert habt. Es gibt unten in der Beschreibung auch einen separaten Formular, wo ihr ein Bild hochladen können. Ihr müsst euch dafür in Google anmelden, um eine Datei hochladen zu können. Also hoffentlich klappt alles aber ja, genau, bei Fragen dann einfach in den Chat schreiben. So, if everything is clear, we will get on with the quiz itself. So, like I said, the first round is a general knowledge round. There's no difficulty level or theme or anything, but we'll just get cracking on with it. So, die erste Runde ist eine allgemeinen Wissensrunde und es geht gleich los mit der ersten Frage. Ach ja, I'll just put the link to the form in the chat just so everyone is on the same page. There we go. And yeah, question number 1 is, after China, India and the US, what is the next most populous country in the world? Also welches ist nach China, Indien und den USA das nächste bevölkerungsreichste Land der Welt? I should also mention that when you put your team name in, it would be really helpful if you could write it exactly the same each round. That helps with the scoring. So maybe someone could just copy and paste it or just remember it. Simon, if you're in the chat, show yourself. Maybe it's nice to find out where people are playing from this evening. I think most people will be in Berlin, but I know some people are tuning in from elsewhere. So maybe you could just write in the chat as well what city, country, town you're joining from. San Francisco, very nice. Right, so question 1 was, after China, India and the US, what is the next most populous country in the world? Welches ist nach China, Indien und den USA das nächste bevölkerungsreichste Land der Welt? Question number 2, Frage Nummer 2. What city is shown in this picture? Welche Stadt wird auf dem Bild gezeigt? And I can make that picture bigger for you, like this. Nice. Looks like we've got a Charlottenburg-Wilmersdorf turf war about to break out in the chat. I'd ask you all to remain calm, please. So that was question number 2. Which city is shown on that picture? And question number 3 is, you'll have to let me know if I'm going a bit too fast, because it's weird just to be sat here talking to a screen. I think time goes by in a different way than if you're actually doing the quiz itself. But anyway, question 3. Which band's 1980s lineup consisted of Robert Fripp, Tony Levin, Adrian Belew and Bill Bruford? So, die 1980er Besetzung welcher Band bestand aus Robert Fripp, Tony Levin, Adrian Belew und Bill Bruford? And a hint, maybe, or a tidbit about the band: there's only one member that was in the band from its beginning all the way up to now. So it's a band that's still active now, at least touring. Cheers, everyone. Okay, so which band's 80s lineup consisted of Robert Fripp, Tony Levin, Adrian Belew and Bill Bruford? I think you either know that or you don't, so we'll go on to question number 4. And that is, what is the name of Nelson Mandela's 1994 autobiography? Wie heißt die Autobiografie von Nelson Mandela aus dem Jahr 1994? Okay, so someone's mentioned that maybe getting an error about the file. Which Google Doc, the one for the current round, or the one for the to upload the picture? You have to let me know. Let me check the form just to make sure everything's all right. But in the meantime, so that was the question number 4. What was the name of Nelson Mandela's Autobiografie from 1994? Question number 5 is, these are the flowers of which tree? Das sind die Blüten von welchem Baum? Been seeing quite a lot of them around Berlin the last few weeks. Didn't know what they were, so I went and found out. Maybe some of you did as well, and that'll help you out right now. I don't know if they're still in bloom right now. I don't know anything else about them other than their name now, I'm afraid. Okay, so moving on to question number 6. This is the original logo of which company? So, dies ist das ursprüngliche Logo welcher Firma? And I'll give you a hint now. You can give me either the old name or the new name of the company. So, ihr könnt entweder den alten oder den neuen Namen der Firma eingeben. There's no Jethro Tull questions, I'm afraid. Which is a hint to the other question before. It's not Jethro Tull. I don't know about the form, Martin. It seems to be working for everyone else. Have you tried logging in and out or closing it down, opening it up again? Have you tried turning it off and on again? Let me know. That's my dad, by the way, Tulltastic in the chat, so feel free to troll him as much as you like. He can take it, I'm sure. I mean, he'll give as good as he gets. Right, so that's the original logo of which company? Das ist das ursprüngliche Logo welcher Firma, and as I said, you can give me the old name or the new name of the company. Question number 7 is, which football club's home is the Karaiskakis Stadium? So, das Karaiskakis Stadion ist das Heimstadion welches Fußballclubs? Thanks, Sam. It means a lot. So don't forget, you should be thinking of some ideas for this painting or artwork that you're going to recreate. Give you a little bit of inspiration as the background for the quiz. But and I'm not asking for a picture of the original artwork or the artwork that you're trying to copy. So they should be good enough that we can all work out what it's supposed to be. Well, maybe that's too much to ask for. But we'll see. I'm excited. So, which football club's home ground is the Karaiskakis Stadium? Don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Ja, das Karaiskakis Stadion ist das Heimstadion welches Fußballclubs? Nächste Frage, Frage Nummer 8. On this day in 1871, which French revolutionary government fell after just 2 months of ruling? So, welcher revolutionäre französische Stadtrat stürzte an diesem Tag im Jahr 1871 nach nur 2 Monaten Regierungszeit? Another question inspired by cycling around Berlin. There was a street named after this government, and turned out I knew nothing about it, so Googled it. And now I know. Well, I know the first line or two of the Wikipedia entry, but it had a really tiny scroll bar, so I couldn't be bothered to read any further. I'm sure you've all been there. So, on this day in 1871, which French revolutionary government fell after just 2 months of ruling? So, I'm after the name by which it's most commonly known. Welcher revolutionäre französische Stadtrat stürzte an diesem Tag in 1871 nach nur 2 Monaten Regierungszeit? And the next question is: Amethyst is a variety of which mineral? So Amethyst ist eine Varietät von welchem Mineral? Das sind 3 Wörter, die ich deren Aussprache ich nicht weiß. Amethyst, Varietät, Mineral. There you go. Have to bear with me. So, and I will say thanks for spending your evening with the Two Fellas pub quiz again. It means a lot to us, and it means a lot to the pub. And now the weather's getting nicer, and we're allowed to go out, and the beer gardens and the Friday nights are getting more. It's more and more tempting to go out, but we're happy that you're all here. I don't know what the weather's like in Glasgow or San Francisco, but yeah, hopefully sooner or later we'll get the pub quiz back offline and back in the pub. Although it's nice to do it online and have much more like broad range of people taking part. We don't deliver beer to Yorkshire, I'm afraid, but as soon as I get vaccinated, I'll bring some home. And no testing needed to do the pub quiz. That's also a bonus. I'm sorry, Martin, that it's not working. I'm assuming it's fine for everyone else. Let me send like another link in the chat. Just okay, so that was question number 9. Amethyst is a variety of which mineral? Amethyst ist eine Varietät von welchem Mineral? Man, screwed it up again. Sorry, Germans. Question number 10. The name of which viral disease comes from a Latin word for madness? So, der Name welcher Viruserkrankung stammt von einem lateinischen Wort für Wahnsinn? Und ja, ich glaube, auf Deutsch hat diese Erkrankung auch einen anderen Namen. Ähm, Den könnt ihr auch gerne angeben, aber das stammt nicht aus dem Lateinischen für Wahnsinn. Aber das Wort, das aus dem Lateinischen für Wahnsinn stammt, wird auch auf Deutsch benutzt. Right, so that's the end of the round one. It's 1:30 now. I'm going to give you till 33 past. So 33, 20:33 to get your answer forms in and submitted. And I'm going to go away and try and figure out how to do the scoring. I'll be back hopefully about 35. In the meantime, you can be finishing up your answers and working on your wonderful creations. So, see you in a bit.
It's home time for you. You've had enough white wine. For two, you got your head up in the clouds. But who is he? Is it because he's got a face like me? Is it because of the debauchery? Is it because I'd rather have a glass of red than a cup of fucking tea? Is it just me? Baby, can't you see what you're doing to me? Don't fall for this for me, said you're gonna end up in pieces, right to your knees. You're pushing back the clock. You don't come back to know when you're on your own.
Right, and we're back. So we'll go through the answers to that round in 2 seconds. We've got 22 teams playing today. That's quite nice. I'll just check I've got everything. Yeah, okay. So the answers to the first round. Indonesia is the next most populous country in the world after China, India, and the US, not Brazil. Although I think that's pretty close. The city shown in the picture was Jerusalem. That's King Crimson, which had that lineup in the 1980s. So if you want to do well on this quiz, you have to brush up on your prog rock knowledge, because that's my jam. And Robert Fripp, if anyone is interested, he's a founding member and still playing now. And right now they play with 3 different drummers, all playing at the same time. It's very cool. Anyway, moving swiftly on. The name of Nelson Mandela's 1994 autobiography was Long Walk to Freedom, Der lange Weg zur Freiheit. I was quite lenient with some of you. I knew what you were getting at, so I gave you the point for that one. The next one, that was a magnolia tree, Magnolian. Very nice. The original logo, this was Nike. They were originally known as Blue Ribbon Sports. Shortly after changed their name, they were found, changed their name to Nike and adopted the tick logo. Olympiacos FC, or Olympiacos Piraeus, I think it's the official name, plays in the Karaiskakis Stadium. It was the Paris Commune, die Pariser Kommune, that fell on this day in 1871. Amethyst is a variety of quartz. And the name of the viral disease that comes from a Latin word for madness is rabies, or Tollwut auf Deutsch. So, we're going to go on with round 2. I will post the link to the form in the chat again. This is the form for rounds 2 and 3, don't forget. But it's pretty clear on the form what you're supposed to do. And this round is about connections, and I think that will become clearer as the round goes on. So I'm not going to say too much about it. Die zweite Runde geht Zusammenhänge, und es wird deutlicher werden, wenn ihr die Fragen seht. So, let's go. Question number 1. Which actor links Goodfellas, Home Alone and JFK? Welcher Schauspieler verbindet die Firma Goodfellas, 3 Jahrzehnte in der Mafia, Kevin allein zu Haus und JFK, Tatort Dallas miteinander? One thing I love about it, don't know if I love it. Too fast for the answers. Sorry about that. I'll go slower next time. But anyway, when films get dubbed into German, or the titles get translated, there's inevitably, in 99% of films, a small subtitle added, which I find hilarious and mostly irrelevant. Like here, Goodfellas, 3 Jahrzehnte in der Mafia, 3 decades in the Mafia. Let's watch the film. So you're looking for an actor that played in all 3 of these films. So, which actor links Goodfellas, Home Alone and JFK? Welcher Schauspieler verbindet die Firma Goodfellas, 3 Jahrzehnte in der Mafia, Kevin allein zu Haus und JFK, Tatort Dallas miteinander? Next question. Hopefully it's not too fast. Who are Netta Duncan Lawrence and Måneskin? Wer sind netter Duncan Lawrence und Måneskin? I'm not looking for anything too specific here. Okay, so who are nette Duncan Lawrence and Måneskin? Wer sind die drei? I won't say what they are. Question number 3. What name is shared by a city in Italy, an amusement park in Copenhagen, and a model of SsangYong SUV? So welchen Namen teilen sich in der Stadt in Italien, ein Erlebnispark in Kopenhagen und ein SsangYong SUV-Modell? Also a sports stadium in Innsbruck. I thought that was a bit too vague. I mean, maybe the things I've written down are too vague anyway, but I thought the sports stadium in Innsbruck was too vague. But here it is anyway. Also auch ein Sportstadion in Innsbruck hat diesen Namen. Falls das irgendjemandem hilft. Saying that, I don't know if anyone will know what a SsangYong SUV is called. We'll see. Okay, so what name is shared by a city in Italy, an amusement park in Copenhagen, and a model of SsangYong SUV? Welche Namen teilen sich eine Stadt in Italien, ein Erlebnispark in Kopenhagen und ein SsangYong SUV-Modell? Frage Nummer 4. Welches Motiv ist auf den Flaggen von Argentinien, Malawi und Kasachstan zu sehen? So what motif links the flags of Argentina, Malawi and Kazakhstan? What motif links the flags of Argentina, Malawi und Kasachstan. Welches Motiv ist auf den Flaggen von Argentinien, Malawi und Kasachstan zu sehen? Let's go ahead to the next question and the final question of round 2. Remember, it's just a small 5-question round. And that is, what are the Wachau, Kremstal und Thermenregion? Was sind die Wachau, das Kremstal und die Thermenregion? And this time I am looking for a fairly specific answer. So as specific as possible, please. I must say, it's a strange feeling. I've never streamed anything before. So it's weird just to be talking, like I said before, it's weird to be talking to a screen. I don't know if I should be like rambling on about things. I feel like no one, I don't know. Here I go, rambling again. But if you've got any shout outs in the comments, please feel free to write them in. I know I received a wedding invitation from 2 of my friends today, Samuel Lawton, Mr. Samuel Lawton in the chat, and his wife-to-be Kat, so we can also say a big congratulations to them. And they want me to write a speech for them, which I don't know what's more scary, doing this streaming thing or having to think of some emotional speech. Right, so question number 5 was, what are the Wachau, Kremstal und Thermenregion? Was sind die Wachau, das Kremstal und die Thermenregion? And we'll go to round 3 now. So you just click the button next on the answer sheet, and you should get into round 3, which is all about film music. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to show you the titles of 3 tracks from the soundtrack or the score of a film. And all you have to do is tell me the name of the film. So name the film from which these tracks are on the soundtrack. So, die dritte Runde geht um Filmmusik. Und ich werde euch die Titel von jeweils 3 Stücke aus dem Soundtrack von einer Film zeigen. Und ihr müsst mir einfach sagen, aus welchem Film die Stücke sind. Ich glaube, das ist einfacher, als es klingt. Es klingt ein bisschen kompliziert. Aber wir fangen gleich an und alles wird klar, glaube ich. So question number 1, the ride of the Rohirrim, the end of all things, and the Grey Havens are tracks from the soundtrack of which film? So das sind Stücke aus dem Soundtrack welcher Film? Die werden leider nicht auf Deutsch übersetzt. Okay, so that was number 1, The Ride of the Rohirrim, The End of All Things, and The Grey Havens. What film do they come from? Number 2, 85 Twin Pines Mall, The Skateboard Chase, and 85 Lone Pines Mall. And here, I'm looking for a concrete film. But you can have half a point if you get the franchise. And that goes for all the questions. There's a few other ones that are from franchises. Okay, so that's 85 Twin Pines Mall, the skateboard chase, and 85 Lone Pines Mall. Number 3 is the Procession of the Spirits, Bathhouse Morning, and the House at Swamp Bottom. Just going to go switch a light on. It's going to be, doesn't look very dark on the picture, but it feels dark in the room. There we go. And the stream, maybe you don't know, has like a 30-second delay, and I'm looking at myself here in real time, and then also on the stream. So it's kind of weird. I just got sat back down, and on the stream I was walking away. But there you go. Yeah, so I'm looking for the film, the specific film, and like I said, if it's a part of a franchise and you just write the franchise name down, you'll get half a point for that. Not all of them are part of franchises, though. Right. Question number 4 in this round is Dead Already, Weirdest Home Videos, and Blood Red. One of my all-time favorite films, and also one of my all-time favorite soundtracks. Although I've not watched the film for a long while. I wonder why. I guess we'll find out. Sam is my daddy / assistant. He fulfills many roles in my household, my virtual household that extends to Glasgow. He's also my hype man. All right, so Dead Already, Weirdest Home Videos, and Blood Red for this one. And finally, for round 3, it's Into the Trap, The Forest Battle, and The Emperor. So what film did they come from? Okay, let me know if you need any of the questions repeating. I can post them in the chat. And in the meantime, you have until 9 o'clock to get your answers in. Ihr habt bis 21 Uhr, um eure Antworten einzureichen. Falls ich irgendeine Frage wiederholen soll, schreibt einfach in den Chat rein. And I will go and get on with the scoring. You guys can go and work on your masterpieces. And I'm also going to get a new chair because I feel like I'm spinning around a bit too much in this one. It's too comfortable. So, okay. Till 9 o'clock. That's 2 minutes. 2 Minuten.
This is what I am, this is rock and roll, this is heart and soul. Someone in
Okie doke. And I'm back. So, yeah, it seemed to be did pretty well in those 2 rounds. We'll go through the answers to rounds 2 and 3, and then we'll carry on with round 4, which is the audio round. So, die Antworten für die zweite Runde. So, Joe Pesci was in all of those films, playing a variety of violent characters. Genau. Netta, Duncan Lawrence and Måneskin are Eurovision Song Contest winners. Das sind die Gewinner des Eurovision Song Contest aus den letzten 3 Jahren. So there were the latest 3 winners of the Eurovision Song Contest. You didn't have to give me that tidbit of information. And if you put something to do with Eurovision, I'll give you half a point, because some people put they were all acts at the latest Eurovision. And I'll be interested to hear your views on the best Eurovision acts from this year. Hopefully you all watched it. If not, well, actually I didn't watch it, but I've watched some of the things in hindsight. I was working at the pub. But it was great. There's some really, really good ones. So write in the chat what your favourites were and why. Number 3, Tivoli is the name shared by a city in Italy, an amusement park in Copenhagen, and a model of SsangYong SUV. I don't know why, but it seems to be used for various things all around Europe. There's like a club in Utrecht in the Netherlands also called Tivoli, and I think a theme park in Stockholm as well. Just a good name, I suppose. I don't know why. Question number 4. The sun is on all of those flags. Die Sonne ist auf allen Flaggen, also nicht auf allen, aber auf den Flaggen zu sehen. Argentina's got his little face in the middle. Malawi, there's a rising sun, and Kazakhstan has a sun riding on the back of an eagle. So that's pretty cool. Oh, going straight away with question number 5. Der Austrian wine regions, so das sind Weinbaugebiete in Österreich. Again, if you put something to do with wine or something to do with Austria, I gave you half a point, but you needed both bits of information to get the full point. Okay, question number 3. Die Antworten für die dritte Runde. So, oh sorry Sam, apparently it's a hawk on the flag of Kazakhstan, not an eagle. I sincerely apologize to anyone who was offended by that comment I just made. Anyway, these 3 hits are from Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, Herr der Ringe, Rückkehr des Königs. All pretty emotional moments. Good music. These tracks were from Back to the Future, Zurück in die Zukunft, the first film. In the second film, obviously, he's on the hoverboard, and in the third film, there's probably some chase, but I can't remember. Horses, probably, something like that. Anyway, the reason that the 85 Twin Pines Mall and the 85 Lone Pines Mall are different is because when he's in 85 and at Twin Pines Mall, and then he goes into the past and knocks over one of the pine trees from the guy's farm, thus changing the future or the present in 1985, and then it's become Lone Pines Mall. Question number 3 was Spirited Away, or Chichihiro's Reise ins Zauberland. Interesting. I mean, Spirited Away probably isn't the direct title, translation of the title from Japanese, so maybe the German one is more accurate. Question number 4, American Beauty. And since the whole Kevin Spacey debacle, I've not found my way back to watching it. Maybe I should, but it's really good. And finally, these are from Return of the Jedi. I think everyone got that. Die Rückkehr der Jedi-Ritter. Okay, so round 4 is the music round, and the way this is going to work is I'm going to play you 10 songs, but only one instrument from all of these 10 songs. and I just want you to tell me the original title and the original artist. So, for example, you're going to hear a bass line from one of the songs, and you tell me what the song is, or just the vocal line, but a cappella. Okay? So, die vierte Runde ist eine Musikrunde. Ihr hört 10 Lieder, allerdings nur jeweils ein Instrument. Sei es Vocals, Bass, Gitarre, Schlagzeug und so weiter. Ja, zum Beispiel werdet ihr die Basslinie eines Liedes hören und ihr müsst mir einfach sagen, welches Lied das ist. Und ihr müsst bitte den Titel und den oder die Künstler aufschreiben. So, everyone get the form ready. I'm just going to post it again in the chat so everyone's on the same page. There we go. So in 30 seconds, 30 seconds ago, you'll have received this link. Okay, and it's just a video, and the songs will play through twice, and then, yeah, see how you do. Let's go. This link. Okay, and it's just a video, and the songs will play through twice, and then, yeah, see how you do. So.
Look around, everywhere you turn is heartache. It's everywhere that you go. Look around, you try everything you can to escape the pain of life that you know. Life that you know. When all else fails and you
It's true. They're all that you know. It's all that you are. You said that it's all that you want and more. Fuck off and pour another drink. Tell me what you think.
Inside and outside world, and I'm sealed in tight. Bizarre but right at home. Claustrophobic. Closing in and I'm catastrophic. Not again. I'm smeared across the page and dousing gasoline.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, don't say it cause I know I'm cute. Ooh, baby. Louis down to my drawers, LV all on my shoes. Ooh, baby. I be dripping so much sauce, got a bit looking like Pregu. Ooh, baby. Lit up like a crystal ball, that's cool, baby, so is you. That's how I roll. If I'm shining, everybody.
Look around, everywhere you turn is heartache. It's everywhere that you go. Look around. You try everything you can to escape the pain of life that you know. Life that you know. When all else fails and you
It's true. They're all that you know. It's all that you are. You said that it's all that you want and more. Fuck off and pour another drink. Tell me what you think.
Inside and outside water, and I'm sealed in tight. Bizarre, but right at home. Claustrophobic. Closing in and out. Catastrophic. Not again. Smeared across the page. And dousing gasoline.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, don't say it cause I know I'm cute. Ooh, baby. Louis down to my drawers, LV all on my shoes. Ooh, baby. I be dripping so much sauce, got a bit looking like Pregu. Ooh, baby. Lit up like a crystal ball, that's cool, baby, so is you. That's how I roll. If I'm shining, everybody.
Okay, there we go. That's your 10 songs, 10, played by just one instrument. So it's now 20 past 9. I'm going to give you till 23, maybe 25. Between 23 and 25 to get your answers in. If you need to hear one of the songs again, feel free to scroll back. Just make sure you click on live again when you're finished so you don't miss out on the next lot of questions. And I'll see you then in a bit for the answers.
From the suits, yeah. One more thing. I got a confession to make. I'm not the man. Smoke, drinking, promiscuity, and a nightclub bound. But this somehow makes you special. That's news to me. Last time I checked, you're the motherfucker. like a broken record, but I don't repeat. And those stacks in the cracks of a broken man. This is what you see, this is what I am. This is rock and roll, this is heart and soul. I'm someone in between, yeah. I say, hey, you over there. Don't give me that look, don't give me that stare. Hard as nails, out the rail. Up, down, 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 down. Hey, you over there. Don't give me that look, don't give me that stare. Hard as nails, out the rail. Up, down, 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 down. Hey, you over there. Don't give me that look, don't give me that stare. Hard as nails, out the rail.
Okay, we're back. I've put the scores in and just posted in the chat that I'm missing the answers from one team who maybe are still around there. Maybe I don't know, maybe I just missed them, but I couldn't seem to find them. So if you're there, don't fucking clap, then let me know your answers in the scores or send me a text. I've just found out I've made a big boo-boo, and when you upload the pictures, you don't have to put a team name in. So I think this week maybe we don't do a bonus point, and we'll just look at some of the amazing things you do, and then I'll sort it out for next week so that you can actually get a bonus point for all your hard work. Okay, so we'll go through the answers to the music round. I don't have them on the PowerPoint, so I'll just read them out. The first one was, of course, Superstition by Stevie Wonder. I'm having a little bit of trouble with the stream. I'm not sure if it keeps cutting out or not, but anyway, I'll just keep on going. First one was Superstition by Stevie Wonder. I hope all of you got that one. Next one was Vogue by Madonna. Then we had Give It Away by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah, hopefully you could recognize Flea's bass there. Number 4 was Post Malone with Stay. Number 5, apparently quite hard, was the Beatles with Something. That's Paul McCartney playing his signature Hofner bass there. Question number 6. So song number 6 was No One Knows by Queens of the Stone Age. Another pretty recognizable drum beat, I think, played by Dave Grohl. Number 7, Before I Forget by Slipknot. The lovely dulcet tones of Corey Taylor there. Number 8 was Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel. There's a little tease at the end where it's about to drop into the main riff, let's say. And that was just the keyboard part. Number 9 was, of course, Juice by Lizzo. Big hit. And number 10, a lot of you knew the title of the song, which is I Love Rock and Roll, but not all of you knew the artist, and that was Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. So you also got a point for just Joan Jett. Okay. Moving on to round number 5 then. So I will again post the answer sheet in the chat. This is the one for rounds 5 and 6. So as I mentioned, each of these rounds has just 5 questions. And no worries, Peter. I will display your picture for everyone to see at the end of the quiz. Right, so round 5 is about current affairs. Hopefully you are paying attention to the news this week. In der 5. Runde geht es Zeitgeschehen. So, ich hoffe, ihr habt die Nachrichten gelesen diese Woche. Denn es geht darum, was in der vergangenen Woche passiert ist. So, die erste Frage in der 5. Runde ist, ein Ryanair-Flug wurde letzten Sonntag erzwungen, in Minsk zu landen, aber wohin flog er? So, a Ryanair flight was forced to land in Minsk last Sunday, but where was it heading? Oh, sorry, I asked for the artist and the song in that round, unfortunately. Not to codfish, Michael, there. Are you talking about the Joan Jett song? Because that was the guitar part from the Joan Jett version of the song. I don't know if the original version was exactly the same or not, but that's definitely the part from the Joan Jett song. First song on the first ever Guitar Hero game, which I loved and played to death. Whatever happened to Guitar Hero? introduced me to so much music. Probably half the songs on that list, to be honest. Definitely the Slipknot one. So, a Ryanair flight was forced to land in Minsk last Sunday, but where was it heading? Ein Ryanair-Flug wurde letzten Sonntag erzwungen, in Minsk zu landen, aber wohin flog er? Question number 2 on this round. What kind of animal was spotted for the first time since the 1980s in Argentina this week? So I'm representing Argentina a lot in this quiz, it seems. Welche Art von Tier wurde diese Woche zum ersten Mal seit den 80er Jahren in Argentinien gesichtet? Yeah, sorry, Michael. But if it means anything, Guitar Hero also inspired me to play the real guitar. Probably didn't do it for everyone. I remember they also had a game where they used an actual guitar. I don't know how that ever worked. But yeah, playing Guitar Hero guitar is absolutely nothing like playing real guitar. That was a hard lesson to learn, I must say. And I didn't know Britney Spears did a version of that song either, Nick. So you have to introduce me to that one. Right, question number 2 is, what kind of animal was spotted for the first time since the 1980s in Argentina this week by a very emotional canoer? Welche Art von Tier wurde diese Woche zum ersten Mal seit den 80er Jahren in Argentinien gesichtet? Durch einen Typen in einem Kanu. Question number 3. Who won the PGA Golf Championship last weekend? Wer hat am vergangenen Wochenende die PGA Golf Championship gewonnen? Easy question for all you golf fans out there. Never been able to get into golf myself, but I've never been able to get into any sport really. So, opinions on golf in the comments, please, in the chat. Do we have any big golf fans? That was question number 3 then. Who won the PGA Golf Championship last weekend? Wer hat am vergangenen Wochenende die PGA Golf Championship gewonnen? Question number 4. Mount Nyiragongo erupted on the 22nd of May. In which country would you find this volcano? So, der Vulkan Mount Nyiragongo, der am 22. Mai ausbrach, befindet sich in welchem Land? In welchem Land? Excuse my bad grammar. So we've got one pro mini golf player in the chat. Can anyone beat that? Cross golf with some friends and beer can't be in. I have no idea what cross golf is. You're going to have to explain that one to me. Cross golf. I know ski cross is the is the sport where you on skis and then you shoot things. Is that anything related to that? As the golf clubs, do they turn into rifles and you have to shoot some clay pigeons as you're playing? Sam's having none of this. Golf is a ludicrous game. For ludicrous people, I'm sure he would hasten to add. But yeah, flip to flip flip, please enlighten us all what cross golf is. And in the meantime, I'll repeat this question. Mount Nyiragongo erupted on the 22nd of May. In which country would you find this volcano? Mount Nyiragongo, der Vulkan, der am 22. Mai ausbrach, befindet sich in welchem Land? So the final question for this current affairs round. Which celebrity couple who split up in 2004 have recently been rumored to be back together after being spotted kissing in a gym in Miami? So welches Promi-Paar, das sich 2004 trennte, soll seit kurzem wieder zusammen sein, nachdem es beim Küssen in einem Fitnessstudio in Miami gesehen wurde. And I'll judge harshly everyone who gets the answer to this question correct. I'm inclined to agree with Sabina there. The fact that mini golf is one of the greatest games of all time, and golf itself couldn't care less about. I just googled cross golf, by the way, and it is also known as urban golf, and it's a game based on the original game of golf in which individual players or team hit a ball into a hole. But it's not played on a traditional golf course, instead using street furniture as obstacles and targets. So it's maybe just in the middle of crazy golf and regular golf. It's the same rules as regular golf, but played in the wild. Preferably where you have space. Yeah, select a target and go for it. That sounds pretty fun. Do you still have to have all the clubs and like a caddy and wear, I don't know how many gloves, 1 or 2 gloves? It just sounds a bit dangerous. Maybe in like a car park or something, I don't know. Right, which celebrity couple who split up in 2004 have recently been rumoured to be back together after being spotted kissing in a gym in Miami? How scandalous can you get? Well, welches Promi-Paar, das sich 2004 trennte, soll seit kurzem wieder zusammen sein, nachdem es beim Küssen in einem Fitnessstudio in Miami gesehen wurde. Right, we're going to crack on with round number 6, the final round of the quiz this evening. And it's another 5 questions of general knowledge. So, die 6. Runde besteht aus wieder 5 Fragen von Allgemeinwissen. Anything could happen. Let's go. Question number 1 is, what is the best-selling Irish whiskey in the world? Was ist der meistverkaufte irische Whisky der Welt? Wouldn't be the one to say if it's the best Irish whiskey in the world. Probably not. I'm not a whiskey drinker myself. But apparently in 2019, this whiskey... I'm looking for a brand, by the way. A brand of Irish whiskey. And this distillery, I suppose, they sold something like 8 million crates of this whiskey to 130 different countries worldwide. So, because you can find it almost everywhere. So, what's the best-selling Irish whiskey in the world? Was ist der meistverkaufte irische Whisky der Welt? And I'm looking for a brand. Eine Marke. Okey-doke. Question number 2. Who released the albums Sketches of Spain and The Man with the Horn? Wer hat die Alben Sketches of Spain und The Man with the Horn veröffentlicht? And just another shout out to the Two Fellas, the pub. As I mentioned, you can donate via PayPal. Otherwise, the pub is going to be open this weekend, and the weather's looking good. So the beer garden will be open. They'll also be open for takeaways. You can take away beer and pizza. But and at the weekend we'll be opening, I think, from 4 p.m. Maybe you have to check that one on the website, but I think we're opening at 4 till around 10. So you can come along if you're in Berlin, have a nice sit down, have a nice beer. I'll be working there on Sunday if you want to come and say hi. And we'll have a great time. Tomorrow we're going to get tested and use the opportunity to go on a bit of a bar crawl and go out for a meal, which would be really nice. So, who released the album Sketches of Spain and The Man with the Horn? Wer hat die Alben Sketches of Spain und The Man with the Horn veröffentlicht? Question number 3. If you hadn't had enough music questions this quiz, here's another one. Which song begins with these lyrics? Welcher Song fängt mit folgenden Texten an? She grew up in an Indiana town, had a good-looking mama who never was around, but she grew up tall and she grew up right with them Indiana boys on an Indiana night. I tried to not sing it or say it as if I was singing it in some kind of melody. It's quite difficult. And this time I would also like the artist and the song title, please. So you have to let me know in the comments, or, well, I guess that's the easiest way. If you know me, then you can tell me it personally or in a message, but let me know how you found the quiz today. Open to suggestions, and I'm sure I'll get more comfortable with this whole streaming thing. But yeah, it's been fun for sure. I'm looking forward to getting back into the pub though, like I said, doing it live. So I'm not going to read out the lyrics again, just in case I fall into some kind of melody and rhythm. But which song begins with these lyrics? Welcher Song fängt mit diesen Texten an? And we'll go to question number 4, which is, who is this? Wer wird auf dem Bild gezeigt? Fairly intense looking chap. Okay, I don't suppose I need to tell you that what this man does for a living. I used to watch him on TV when I was a kid every weekend morning. It was great times, I suppose. But I can't imagine myself ever sitting down and watching 3 or 4 hours of the wrestling these days. But there you go. Your priorities change. So, who is this? Wer wird auf dem Bild gezeigt? Und jetzt kommen wir zur letzten Frage von dem Quiz heute Abend. We're coming to the last question of the quiz, and that is, what connects the answers to the previous 4 questions? Was verbindet die Antworten der vorherigen 4 Fragen? So if you want me to repeat any of the questions, do let me know. And ja, wenn ich eine Frage wiederholen soll, dann gib mir Bescheid in den Chat. Otherwise, I will give you until it's 21:51 now, so we'll say, let's say 57 or 58, shortly before 9, to have your answers in by, and also the pictures if you're going to send one. If not, no worries, it's totally optional part, and no one gets any points for it anyway because I don't know who's sending the pictures. So, but I'm looking forward to seeing them, and I'm going to show a few of them just before we do the final scores. So, ja, bitte bis 21:58 oder so, kurz vor 10, eure Antworten einreichen. Auch eure Bilder, falls ihr ein Bild hochladen möchtet. Und dann, bevor ich durch die Antworten gehe, dann danach werde ich ein paar schöne Bilder zeigen. So, I'll see you soon. Right, okay, welcome back. So, the scores are in, everything's counted up. But first of all, I'd like to go through the answers to the last 2 rounds and show off some of people's amazing handiwork. I'm sure I'll be very excited to see some of the things that people have come up with. Right, so the answers to round number 5. Let me see. So, the Ryanair flight that was forced to land in Minsk was heading to Vilnius in Lithuania. I think it was flying from Athens. I'm sure some of you will have seen this amazing picture of the airplanes over Europe, and there's this huge gap over Belarus. So it's a pretty crazy situation. But yeah, so Vilnius, Lithuania, I was looking at half a point you got for Lithuania. Question number 2. It was a giant river otter that was seen for the first time in Argentina. It's not the best video you'll ever see. It's a bit pixely and you don't see the animal very, very well. But it's pretty cute and nice that they're back in the habitat. I suppose it's a sign of ecological growth or rejuvenance or whatever. So yeah, that was a giant river otter or ein Riesenotter. Giant otter is also fine. Otter is also fine because I didn't want to be too picky with that one. So Phil Mickelson won the PGA Golf Championship last week, and I'm afraid the team that wrote the oldest guy to ever win it didn't get the point. But apparently he was the oldest guy who's ever won this competition. Don't know how old he is though, so I don't really care. Question number 4. Mount Nyiragongo is in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Mount Nyiragongo befindet sich im Demokratischen Republik Kongo. And number 5. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez are back together. And aren't we all very happy about it? Benifer is how they're referred to, but I was shamefully reading about it today. And apparently Ben Affleck was with another Jennifer, I don't know, Aniston, Jennifer Garner, and they were also called Benifer. So maybe it's just one of those things that Ben Affleck likes. He likes to be with Jennifers. Okay. Round number 6. Quickly to go through the answers to this one. So this was some more general knowledge, and all the answers had a theme. So, the best-selling Irish whiskey in the world is Jameson's. Number 2, Miles Davis released the albums Sketches of Spain and The Man with the Horn. The song lyrics were from Mary Jane's Last Dance by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Very good song, gotta say. And this is Rey Mysterio, the wrestler. I'm surprised that not everyone got that. He was known for jumping all around the place, and I think he's about 5 foot tall. He's a dangerous man. And of course, the thing that connects all these answers is Spider-Man. So we've got Jameson's whiskey. That's J. Jonah Jameson from the Daily Bugle. We had, what else did we have? Miles Davis. Yeah, Miles Morales is the most recent incarnation of Spider-Man. He's kind of replaced Peter Parker in the most recent Into the Spider-Verse film and the new Spider-Man video games. Then it was Mary Jane's Last Dance, Mary Jane being the girlfriend of Spider-Man, and Rey Mysterio. Mysterio is one of Spider-Man's enemies, recently played by Jake Gyllenhaal in the Spider-Man Far From Home film. So there we go. I don't think anyone got that, so maybe that was a bit too vague. But there we go. So now I'm going to show you some of the pictures. Like I said, I'm not going to choose a winner this week because I didn't know everyone's team name, and it would pain me to choose a winner out of all of these. So I'm just going to show you some of the ones that came in. We have this beautiful rendition of the painting, which I don't know the name of or the artist. Is it like American Gothic? Something like that. The guy with the hoe and the woman. Yeah, I don't know. Very nice. Very nice. Then we've got a gorgeous rendition of a girl with the pearl earring. That's Sam, a good friend Sam, who's getting married, who I mentioned earlier on. Then we have this. I guess this is the birth of Venus, recreated in Playmobil form. Very, very creative. I like it. And I also like the fact that someone has a giant shell just lying around in their flat. Very nice. And a colourful wall. Then we have this one, which is a bit more, I guess, niche. I don't know. I think I know the painting that it's trying to be. But again, I don't... There is one... Is it Van Gogh painting? I don't know. With the skeleton and who's smoking. Anyway, good effort. And now we have another girl with a pearl earring. It's a popular one, but this time with Peter's dog, apparently. I don't know if Peter and co are still there in the chat, but very, very good work. I like the sultry look that the dog is giving you. And then we had this. This one got sent with the original painting because I guess it's a bit more unknown. I don't know the painting, if I'm honest, but I do like the... I do like this rendition, especially the look of the woman lying there in the middle. Very, very, very strong. Almost, and the things on the walls almost correspond to the ones on the painting as well. So that's very, very good. And then finally we have Caspar David Friedrich's classic Wanderer above a sea of fog. This time with what looks to be a vacuum cleaner and a sofa. So very, 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 very good work from everyone. Next week there'll be a different challenge for you to get your teeth stuck into. So I'm looking forward to that one already. But in the meantime, we are going to go through the scores. So, like I said, I think in the end we had 22 teams because one team had to drop out halfway through. I've still put them on the scoreboard anyway. And we've got 19 places in total. So in 19th place is Don't Fucking Clap. But they only did 2 rounds. So we can forgive them for that. In 18th place, having done all 4 rounds, is Sören and Friends with 12.5 points. Then in 17th place, we've got the Excelsiors with 16.5 points. In 16th place with 17 points, just to confuse everyone, we've got Funky Tide and Nate. In 15th place with 18 points, we've got Two Fellas, One Pub. Then up to 14th place with 19 points, we've got Nebuka Quizzer. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that one okay. In joint 13th place on 19.5 points, we've got the Chevin Crew and Simon Says Mouse. Well done to both of you. In 12th place with 20.5 points, we've got Lids and Friends. And moving up to 11th place with 21 points, it's Udo and the Jurgens. Well done to you. In 10th place with 23 points, we have Succulent Simon and the Jizzers. And in 9th place, in joint 9th place, with 24 points, we've got 2 teams with poetic names. We have King Sperm and Scat. Then in 8th place with 24.5, can we have a drum roll, please? It is Ostens Mairu, which, if I'm not mistaken, is an anagram for the House Martins. Moving up to 7th place on 25 points, it's Tools Time. Then in joint 6th place with 25.5 points, we've got Balkan Connection and Royo con Pollo. Then moving up to 5th place on 26.5 points, it's Team Steve. In 4th place, just 1 point ahead of them with 27.5, it's A Quizmaster Short of a Picnic. Well done to you guys. On joint third place with 28.5 points, we have Happy Birthday Bo. Happy birthday, Bo, if it's your birthday. And the Bacon Butties. So in second place with 30 points. Only half a point separates the top two teams this evening. On 30 points in second place, we have Pickled Knight, which means with 30.5 points, our winners this evening are Die Duksche Rotte. So, big congratulations to the Die Duksche Rotte, and a huge thank you for everyone who tuned in this evening. I had a good time. Hope you had a good time as well. We'll be here next week, same time, same place. In the meantime, like I said, pub's open, so if you're in Berlin, get yourselves up to Pankow, have a nice pint of Lake Michigan, have a goat pizza, you can't go wrong. Anyone who is not in Berlin, you're really missing out on some delicious pizza and beer. You should get yourselves here as soon as possible. Turns out it is Bo's birthday, so happy birthday, Bo. And with that, I will leave you till next week. Thank you very much, everybody, and have a great weekend. Enjoy the weather. Bye-bye.